Aloha and shalom. We're here for the new moon activation, and it's my first moment sitting down and relaxing today. So I'm feeling the energy running through me, and I'm just going to begin to tune into all of you guys as you tune into this video. I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling while you all tune in, and let me know in the comments where in the world you're tuning in from. I'm tuning in from Sedona, Arizona, as I usually do. Where in the world are you? Feel free to share this video now while we're live with a family member or a friend or someone you know who might be in need of an uplifting message, some guidance, or maybe you want to share this video with someone who could help us activate the message further. Maybe you have a super powerful Jedi friend that you want to invite into the portal. Or feel free to watch the recording or share the recording at the end. It will, as usual, be loaded to YouTube and Instagram, Rebecca Magic. So if someone's not on Facebook, you could always share it there. We have Florida in the house. Where are you? Let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from. And remember, the whole deck, when it's together, makes up you. And each card is a different aspect of you. You can also see the deck as the collective consciousness, and each card is a different aspect of the collective. You can also see it as the brain, and each card is a different neural pathway. So when we shuffle, we're just waking up all of the pieces, saying hello to all of the parts, which also means waking up all of the self. We're waking up, and you just want to shuffle until you feel activated, until you feel complete. And this is the new moon activation. So for those of you who are new here, welcome to the portal. We've been doing this every week for many years now. And the new moon activation is all about a new beginning. We're stepping into a new lesson. So we're going to receive a vision of guidance, a little map that will help us move forward with the most grace and ease. And I've got my Hebrew deck. I'm going to do the same with this deck. It looks like this for those of you who haven't seen it before. We have more friends tuning in. Good to see you. Just tuning into this space, connecting, imagining we're all together, because we are. Time and space is an illusion. So we're just connecting in this now moment. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. We're all here now. Okay. Giving thanks in advance for this message that's about to come through. Thank you, thank me, thank we, thank one, the one of which we're all a part. Thank you, archetypes, many faces of the one, for this message that we're about to receive. What is the new challenge and gift? What is the new focus that we're stepping into right now that maybe some of you have been feeling for the last couple of days? Okay. Then we've got a fear that could be holding us back. Something to recognize, work through, neutralize, so that we can move forward with all of our energy. And then we will pull a card, a Hebrew letter for the ally of the week. Beginning with the challenge and gift. Wow. Five of Wands has been coming up a lot. This archetype has been showing up a lot. So this is the current challenge and gift. It's Wands, it's the suit of fire. If you look closely, like they appear to be fighting, if you look closely, no one's actually hurt. Okay, this archetype is about putting yourself out there. So some of us may be experiencing this archetype in a way that we have been afraid to step out, afraid of conflict, afraid of what might happen if we put ourselves out there, afraid of what might happen if we share our voice, our truth, our ideas, our visions, our creative expression. So, okay, that's some of us may be experiencing it in that way. Feeling hesitant, feeling maybe even choked up. And that resistance to share, we already know. We already know where we're headed if we continue with that, right? We're just going to blow up. We're going to explode. It's going to fester. And we can literally manifest physical illnesses from keeping that in, right? It's not just about sharing, you know, a small opinion about something, or I'm talking about really sharing your gift with the world. It's like, how do I put this? How you do one thing is how you do everything, right? So how are you sharing those smaller truths? How are you sharing your opinions, your thoughts? And then how can you see that the way in which you share or you don't share is affecting the way in which you share or don't share your greater gifts, the bigger things that you have to give to the world? Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. So pay attention to your voice on a small level and notice how that's affecting you on a bigger level. How can you use your voice and express yourself and your gifts in smaller ways to get comfortable with then expressing yourself in bigger ways? Okay, that's just one little thing to pay attention to right now. Some of us may be experiencing this archetype in a way where we are overexerting ourselves. We are expressing ourselves to a degree where we're causing harm, where we're not considering the thoughts or responses of others, with this sort of, you know, F you attitude to the world, with this I don't care attitude to the world. And that's also not the way. We have to find a balance, as always, right? So we're all experiencing this archetype in one way or another. Are you on that end of things where you're holding back, or are you on the end of things where you feel like, whoops, I said too much, or I did too much? Well, this is the key to this challenging gift. This is the key to this archetype. If you want to be in a balanced space where you no longer are holding back and you're also no longer doing too much, exerting too much energy to an unnecessary degree, if you want to find that balance, it's about coming back. Going within, right? Coming back to the knowing that we are all here to share what's inside. We are all here for that reason. And if we have positive intentions for the one, not just for ourselves, but for the collective, with what it is we are sharing, then no doubt we should have no hesitation. We should have no problem with expressing that which is beneficial to the one. So the more you connect that which you're expressing, your gifts, your words, your truth, with the highest truth, the truth, universal truth, truth that benefits all, you will no doubt walk more confidently in that expression. As well, if you bring it back to that knowing that what we are here to share is for the benefit of the whole, you will do so in a more graceful manner, because you will connect with your purpose. You will connect with your heart, which is connected to source, and you will be supported by the elements and this source and all the love in the universe to go forth gracefully and communicate your message in a way that is sure to benefit the one. So no matter where anyone's at with this archetype, we can all receive that same medicine and apply it in unique ways. So we're all needing to come back to that remembrance right now, unify in this remembrance that we are here to share, okay? Look at these wands. They represent like the spine, the will, your truth, your expression. We're all here to share that with the world, with one another. We're not here to hold back, and we're also not here to hurt anyone. No one's hurt. No one's hurt. And if you have a fear of being hurt, whether that means, you feel you're going to be hurt mentally or emotionally or even physically, really consider, why am I feeling that? Am I carrying hostility? And that's a reflection of my own stuff that I'm carrying? Am I afraid that my feelings are going to be hurt if I put this out there? Because let me re-examine what it is I'm trying to put out there. Is what I'm putting out there going to hurt anyone else's feelings? Is it going to benefit the whole in some way? Is it going to be good for my family, for our world family, for me and for those around me? Because then it's something that just must be done, and we can't waste time worrying about how this might not be received well. It's like, you have to do what's right no matter what. You have to do it because you feel it in every fiber of your being. Okay, so doesn't matter where you're at. You're holding back, you're doing too much. Reel it in, recenter yourself. We have a new moon, new beginning, new chance here to move forward with more grace. And we will do that by unifying in this intention to share our light, share our gifts with the world in a way that is healthy and for the benefit of all. Don't be afraid of competition, okay? Competition doesn't mean that we have to be enemies. This is a big, important factor that comes with this archetype. Competition doesn't mean we have to be enemies. We shouldn't be afraid of feedback, because if we're all unifying in that intention to share in a way that we're here to uplift the whole, right? We're here to bring heaven to earth, right? That's all of our shared purpose. And so if we meet in that space, there is nothing to fear. We have the best intentions for ourselves, for one another, for the whole. We don't see a separation there. So if we come at it in that way, we can even get fiery with it. We can really get passionate with our expression, because we are holding each other in the highest light and we have each other's best interest. It becomes a safe space, not only to express, but to express with animation, to express with spirit, right? Fire is spirit, passion, liveliness. So how can we hold a space for ourselves to do this? And how can we hold a space for one another to do this? First within your immediate circle, and then within your community and within the world. How can we pay attention this week and look for those opportunities to create the space internally and externally to be able to express fully when we know that we have the same intention, when we have each other's back and we want the highest good for each other, and that is genuinely expressed and known and felt, then there's no holding back. Okay? For example, you may have felt in the past like you were getting a little passionate in your expression, and somebody might go, whoa, it's a little too much for me, or I feel like that anger is directed at me. Well, there doesn't have to be that if there's the mutual understanding that, hey, we're here to uplift each other and the whole. There doesn't have to be that discomfort then. Then you know what? By all means, get heated, get it out, be real. Show me your real, raw emotions, because I know that you love me and you know that I love you, and this needs to come up and out, and we're going to heal, because that's the intention. Okay, so how this might look in your personal life, let's just give some examples here. It could look like a relationship in your life is experiencing some discomfort. This could be a child, this could be a parent, this could be a sister, a brother, a friend, a coworker. And really meditate on this. Maybe it's coming up in multiple relationships, because if this card is coming up, it means that this energy is expressing itself left and right. So it's just showing up in different ways through different expressions. Okay, so where are the most obvious examples of this in your life? Could be a relationship where you're feeling some tension. You might feel like you don't have a voice in this relationship. You might feel like your partner is or your child or your parent, or really anybody, because we all go through this. You might feel like that person is very defensive and not going to receive your truth. So you find that you're sitting there paralyzed in fear and all these fearful and anxious thoughts of, how are they going to receive me? What do I say? Just slow it down. Return to yourself. Return to your intention of why you're wanting to share this. And when you know that it's for the highest good of the collective, meaning you and that individual and the whole, then you can approach it with confidence and with grace and with love. Okay? Maybe you've been holding back at work with sharing an idea. Maybe you tune into that and you go, it's not that I'm afraid of sharing this. It's that I'm feeling it's not the right timing. That's a different thing. So really get clear. What is holding you back from expressing? And is that valid? Is that justified? And if you can return to the remembrance of your pure intention, if it aligns with the well-being of the whole, then really, why are you holding back? Go for it. Unless you find a very valid reason that is outside of fear. Okay? So it's time for us to converge. It's time for us to come together. It's time for us to share what we've got, to not be afraid of opposition. Okay? And one way to ensure that you have a graceful foundation for this to happen is by seeding the intention when you get together with someone or with a group, bringing that up. Like, hey, let's remember, let's vocalize, let's express our remembrance of our shared goal. And when you open the floor in that way, it's so intentional, it's so beautiful, and everybody can kind of relax, and all of those preconceived thoughts that everybody brings to the circle, or even just two people bring to the table, can kind of melt away. So consider doing that, especially this week, but always. These messages are timelessly applicable. Ooh, and we have a major arcanum card as the Fear. And it's the Lovers, also known as the Two Paths. And this is a choice point. A lot of people think that this is the card of love. It's not. Two of Cups is actually a more accurate card of love, but even that, it's going to take an hour to explain what I mean here. But going back to the actual Lovers card, it's not about lovers. It's a metaphor. It's a metaphor for the two paths. It's a choice point. It's a fork in the road, okay? Think of polarity. So if this is our fear right now, what is that saying? It's saying, could look like this, okay? These are a few different ways that the Lover's archetype can be showing up as a fear. And this could be very subconscious, or maybe you're really aware of it. But either way, when we say the opposite statement of the fear, you're going to feel something. It will click, and the neutralizing effect is more important than the fear anyway, because the fear is not real. But starting with the fear, it would look like something like this. I'm afraid I'll make the wrong decision. Also, can someone let me know in the comments that we have an okay connection, because I keep getting notified that the connection is slow. So I just want to make sure. Is the connection good, or is it doing weird stuff? Okay, cool. Okay, so the fear can look like, I'm afraid of making the wrong decision. What if I take the wrong path? What if I do more work than I have to do? How can I make this easier? Everything, it's too hard. I won't know what to do. I won't be able to make a decision. How do I decide? I'm not capable of making a decision. My heart doesn't know which way to go. Okay, so that's the fear. Looks like that. And if we want to shift that and neutralize that fear, what does it look like? It looks like this. I always know which way to go. My heart always knows which way to go. Even when my human mind thinks, oh no, I'm making a wrong turn. Guess what? There is no such thing as time or space. So there's no wrong direction. There is only one path. There is only one. There is only one. So the more you repeat these things, the more you're going to neutralize those fears that otherwise try to like dodge you and hang on to your coattail. They coattail on all your other thoughts. Okay, so it's like you try to catch it, but it keeps hiding. If you want to catch that fear, the way to do it is to neutralize it by saying these opposite statements. And it should feel really good when you do. Okay, so if you have decisions coming up that you have to make, or you're in that space right now, it'd be a really perfect time to start affirming, my heart knows the way to go. I will make the right decision. Even if I think I'm making a wrong decision, in hindsight, as always, I will find a million reasons why that needed to happen. So I can surrender right now and relax and trust in the original laws of the universe and let go of this silly worrying. Let go of this idea that I can even take a wrong path. Okay, also remembering that tarot is a sequence. So what comes before the 6 is the 5. What comes after the 6? The 7. So we have 5, 6, 7. We have the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Chariot. If you take those out, it tells a little story. If we're trying to eliminate this fear right now, what comes right before it? The Hierophant. It's all about the heart's compass. So we need to remind ourselves where we came from. We need to remind ourselves that our heart does know the way. And the more we can tune into that space, the more we can not worry so much about making the wrong decisions. Refocus that energy. Take your power back. Take your mind back. And put it toward the mission of connecting to your heart. In fact, that's all we ever need to do. That's all we ever really need to do, is direct all of our energy to this mission of being connected to the heart. Because the heart knows everything. The heart is everything. And the Mother, Father, God, Divine Source, Hashem, Allah, whatever you want to call it, the source that we're all a part of, lives in there. So if we direct our focus toward connecting to that space, the center of centers, the heart of hearts, then we'll be moving with much more grace, much more ease, much less crisis. Direct path. Okay, so how do these look together? It looks like, wow, I'm going to stop worrying about making the wrong decision. I'm going to stop holding back and doing too much, because I'm going to just refocus on my heart, the card that comes before the 6, so that I can move from 6 to 7, the Chariot, ascension, success, conquering of the lower self. Because we're not here to conquer each other. As you can see, it's a game. We're only here to conquer the lower aspects of self through transforming them, through alchemizing them into something higher. So it looks like this. I'm going to stop worrying about making the wrong decision. There's only one path anyway. The split, right? Like man and woman, polarity, duality. It's an illusion. There is only one. And when I remember that oneness, I can't possibly be afraid of making the wrong decision. And how do I make decisions? Oh yeah, with the heart. So I'm going to take my energy back from all this worrying, and I'm going to direct it to doing whatever I have to do to connect with my heart. And that can look like anything. It can look like a bath with candles. It can look like a trip, a staycation or a vacation. It can look like connecting with a loved one. It can look like an act of service. No doubt, that's the top one. That's how you make it straight to the heart, is an act of service. There are a million ways that you can, so keep doing all those ways. Keep finding new ways. Make it your personal mission to connect to the heart, because that is ultimately what will bring your soul into your body and heaven to earth. Okay, so we're redirecting our energy there. And when we bring our energy back and we know that we're connecting to the heart, we will not be afraid to express what's there and to also receive the expression of the light that is within those around us, the light that is within one another, each other. And the ally of the week is the Hebrew letter Nun, N-U-N. So you can Google Hebrew letter Nun, N-U-N. It's flipped because we're on a camera. Okay. Nun is the 14th letter of the Aleph Bet, the Hebrew alphabet. And it is connected to the 14th arcanum in the tarot, which is Temperance, aka the Alchemist. The hieroglyphic symbol that comes with the nun is a seed. So if this is our ally of the week, we're being reminded, perfect for new moon, that we're planting seeds. Right now, what we do is the seed that we plant for what's to come. So new moon, perfect. For those of you celebrating Rosh Hashanah tomorrow night, Erev Rosh Hashanah, Shana Tova, it's the Jewish New Year. So that says a lot. And you don't have to be Jewish to celebrate or harness that energy. Please ask me, send me a direct message. I'll send you videos. Join our private group, Shabbat Crew. I'm posting a lot in there during Rosh Hashanah. My own personal explanations, Kabbalistic explanations, and articles and other information, resources to harness this powerful energy. So the nun, the seed, is perfect for this week because it's saying, hey, remember that this work that you're doing right now, to come back to that remembrance that there is only that one path, that you can't make the wrong turn, that you're here to share your light. This seed that you plant, the work that you're doing now, is not just for this small now, it's for now, the eternal now. So enhance this process by remembering that you are an eternal being, and the light that you are goes on forever, and the light that you express goes on forever. So because we're not just that light, but we're that light embodied, we have a unique opportunity to make more of that light, to use it, to express it and multiply it in this world. And that light goes on forever. Forever. Okay, that light is immortal, eternal. So when you remember your nature as an eternal being, and you remember the illusion of duality, you return to that eternal oneness. You enhance this process because you know, wow, this work that I do is going to be worth it. It's like, I don't even say worth it. Of course, it's beyond worth it. It's my ultimate purpose. This work that I am doing right now should make me feel so good right now, not tomorrow or a week from now or a year from now when I see some kind of results. You should feel the result of it immediately, because when you do this work, you are receiving the light of that work immediately. It's showering down upon your own self. It's like a toroidal flow of light. You do this work so that it can stay with you beyond this lifetime, into the next and the next and the next and the next. And that light will remain here and will continue to support the next generations who are also you. So remember, you're just planting seeds for the future right now. Make your vision bigger, broader, wider. Expand your vision to the next 7 generations and beyond. Connect that awareness that this light is eternal to the work that you're doing, because the work that you're doing is creating that light, and that light will go on and on and on and on and on. New moon, planting seed. You can literally plant seeds on the new moon. The new moon is a perfect time to plant seeds. So how are you doing it literally and figuratively? Okay, so stop waiting at the crossroads. Just take the first step. It doesn't matter which path you go down. It's all one path. It's all about you, your perception, and the lessons that your soul is here to learn. Remember, it doesn't matter if you go this way or that way. All the ways are only one way, and you're going to keep receiving the same reflections, just through different expressions, different cloaks, different costumes, but the lessons and the energy is always going to be the same. And we can confirm that through these activations, these collective readings, the collective work that we do, because after these activations are done, we all agree, wow, I feel like that message was just for me, because there is only we. And so we're all walking these different paths, it seems, right? With different faces and different places and different names and different languages. Like, think of the Tower of Babel, right? Yet we're all experiencing the same archetypes beneath the veil. We're all experiencing the same archetypes beneath it all, just in different ways, through our different expressions, through our different perceptions. So that should be enough confirmation that it doesn't matter. Don't hesitate at the crossroads out of fear or anxiety. Take the step. Do your best to envision how it would be down this path and down that path, and trust that It's most likely going to be what you envisioned because you're the creator of your life. So accept that responsibility and accept it proudly, with grace, with honor. And then choose the path and just start walking. Keep moving, keep going, keep growing. Because I love this quote, what's worse than a bad decision is no decision at all. Okay, fence sitting is the worst thing we can do. Just get yourself in there. Throw yourself in there. Don't be afraid. You have gifts to share. You are never going to share them on the sidelines. You are never going to share them paralyzed in fear at the crossroads. Take the path, start sharing your gifts, and hold the space for others to do the same, because how you receive it is how yours will be received. Okay? Phew. Yeah. Remember to repeat those positive, neutralizing affirmations. My heart, of course, always knows the way, right? Your ego will try to say, no, it doesn't. Because remember it did this, and remember it led you there, and remember that one time that you did that? Yeah, and you say it was all for my learning. It was all to bring me here today. And this is a test all over again. Am I going to go that same route and put myself down? Because that's just being paralyzed in fear. That's what that is. So no, I'm going to accept this challenge, and I'm going to trust that everything I need is within myself. All of the answers are within my heart. It doesn't matter that I haven't been on this pilgrimage or gone to this mystery school or paid $5,000 for this retreat so that I can connect to my heart. You are connected. You are one with the heart of all creation. So remember. So remember. And laugh at yourself. It makes it a little easier. It makes it a lot easier. Laugh at yourself. And that's also a great way. Humor is a great way to have healthy competition, to healthily put yourself out there and also healthily receive others. Okay? So tell those egoic thoughts, nah, man, you ain't gonna fool me. I have all of the answers within, and there really is only one path. So even though it looks like there are many, it's about the path within. And I know the way. It knows the way. My heart knows the way. And we can all help each other on the path. I love this community so much. Thank you for being present for this activation. I will be alongside you doing this work now and forever. And I am grateful, eternally grateful to be here with you all now. Here we one are. And if you want to share how this activation has touched you, or how you're going to apply it to your life, or give some examples as to how it's resonating with your life right now, please join our private group, the Archetypal Alliance. Join the group, be a part of a community, share your personal readings, share how it's relating to you, hold space for one another. This is a perfect time. If you've been hesitating, holding back from sharing something, come to our group. It's a safe space, and share there, the Archetypal Alliance. And again, if you want to know more about Rosh Hashanah and how to harness these very powerful energies that are coming in right now, not just with Rosh Hashanah, but the 4 high holy days that are coming, it's a sequence, okay? Follow our group, join our group, Shabbat Crew. It's a private group, SHABBAT. I share the Kabbalistic information for anyone, doesn't matter who you are, to be able to access these incoming energies, harness them for the greatest good for yourself, your family, for the world. It's a transformative process, and it's free. It's not $5,999 on some retreat in some fancy exotic place. It's all within you. Have everything you need within you. All the information is free and available to you all over the internet. So please join us in Shabbat Crew for that. If you have been touched by this activation or a previous one, please consider writing a review, facebook.com/royalpathtarot, or you can email me, info@royalpathtarot.com. Please send me your words. Let me know how you're loving these activations. I love reading your reviews. Or if you've read my book, book 1 or book 2, and you want to send me a review or just share how it's been helping you, please reach out. I am doing one-on-one readings, offering recorded readings right now. So reach out, info@royalpathtarot.com, or direct message me. And I do have my links on my wall, facebook.com/royalpathtarot for donations if anybody wants to give something back for these free offerings. My Venmo is Rebecca-Magic, just as you see it spelled in my name, Rebecca Magic with a CK. And thank you to everyone who's been donating. You know who you are. Some amazing new people have entered the portal and have been super supportive. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much for the exchange. And what else? If you're wanting my book, please reach out. Happy to sign it, include a bookmark, ship it to you directly from my hand to yours. The books are on the Major Arcanum Book 1 and the Minor Arcanum Book 2. And there is stuff in there that you, I promise, will not find in any other tarot text, in a book, or online. You will not find it. So if you want my personal truths about tarot and my tips and tricks and ancient secrets, please reach out to me and I'll be happy to ship you my books. All right, you guys. I love you. Let's do this thing. And I'll see you next week for the first quarter activation to see where we're all at. Don't forget to share this with your favorite people or those who need